fought him, everything just didn't go right. When I fought him, it only lasted roughly, I think, just about 10 or 13 seconds. I threw a kick at him, he dropped on the floor, got on top of him, and the moment I start striking him on top, all I could see was, I could hear him quit straight away, saying things, and I was looking at the ref.
The AllStar app, the #1 app in the business. UFC, Bellator, One Championship, PFL, and more. Get the app right now. Link in description. You're going to be back in action on March 10th at One Friday Fights in Bangkok. It's been a while since you've fought for One Championship. Have you been under contract the whole time?
I have been, yes, but unfortunately, due to COVID, there's been a long delay. And it's just been continuous. Obviously, with the UK situation wasn't good as well, so there's been a long delay. But finally, we've got the opportunity now, so looking forward to it.
Did you have like matchups in the past that just kind of fell through because of circumstances?
Yeah, it was quite difficult just because I was in a contract with One. It was a little bit difficult, about like getting matches, etc. Just with the contract terms, etc. So yeah, we had I did manage to get a boxing bout in just to kind of like tune up, and then also I did get one MMA fight in, which again I had to pull out literally last minute. So it's been a little bit tough, but I've been continuously training. I've been active in the gym, and yeah, like I says, now we've got the opportunity to go back on.
Was it the fight that was supposed to happen in last December?
Yeah, so that particular fight, this was just before any talking with One. We decided to get a matchup in Ireland. It was against Conor McGregor's sparring partner, and yeah, I had the matchup with him, and unfortunately that got pulled out. That was just from my personal reasons. I decided to pull out on that fight, and then luckily enough, over a month or so, I've managed to speak to One, and we've got an opportunity here.
That's good. Can you reveal like the opponent? I don't think they've even announced anything.
Yeah, so my opponent name is, if I pronounce it right, it's Salamat Orazukulu, if I can pronounce it. He's from, I think, a country called Kyrgyzstan. He's undefeated, and yeah, he's pretty tall, pretty rangy. I would say like I'm 6'3". I think he's around probably 6 foot, 6'1". He's got a good striking base. He's all rounder. He's a good fighter. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting matchup.
Is this fight going to be at lightweight as well?
No, we're actually fighting on the One Championship welterweight category, which is in UK. It's middleweight, which is 83.9. So yeah, we're going to be fighting. Well, I'm going to be fighting one weight above what I usually fight at.
Was that something that you wanted to do, or is it just you just had to take the opportunity?
It's strange because it's been 2 years. I think like before, obviously, I used to easily make 77, and because it's been 2 years, I had to talk with a matchmaker, and we came to a decision where I thought, it'd be best for me to just let's give it a shot at middleweight in the UK division, but it's welterweight in One. So I thought, let's try it this way and see how we get on. But in the future, I like to go back down to 77, but this time I think it's just because hydration weight, it's best to just go safely and follow this rule.
Yeah, definitely. Don't take any chances, man, and miss weight.
No, you can't. You can't. It's a bit strange because I've actually been, whilst I've been at the gym, I have been pretty heavy anyways from what I usually am. And it's been working for me. So it's worth a try. You never know, it might work for me. I think, I am pretty strong at this weight as well. So, and I don't have to do much cutting. So let's see how it goes.
And it's also like a more wide open division compared to the lightweight division in One Championship.
Yeah, definitely. It is a big division. But I think the good thing is like with this, the matchup on One Lupini, it's a fair matchup. The opponent that I'm fighting is 3-0. I'm 3-1. So I think it's a good, fair matchup, and I think it's a good opportunity for both of us. So yeah, it's going to be interesting because, like I said, the lightweight division is pretty active, and then we've got the welterweight where it is active, but I think the lightweight is much more of a scene. But yeah, like I said, we're going to give it a shot, see how we get on this weight category.
Yeah, definitely the welterweight division in One Championship. It's the path to the top is much
It is.
shorter than the lightweight division.
It is. That's correct. Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's not a lie. Well, I guess training camp is much better. You know, what I mean, you don't have to worry about the weight as much. You know, since you've been off for so long.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's the main reason. I think because of the time I've had off, I think it was just best to, when I spoke to the matchmaker, like we did get a few lightweight opponents, but it just never fell through. We never, never came to an agreement. So then, speaking to matchmaker, we looked at the bigger division, which was the welterweight category. And yeah, like I said, we've got an opponent now, and it's all agreed, everything's signed. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm really looking forward to it. Like I said, it is. I've never fought at this weight, so
Mm.
I've trained at this weight, but I've never fought at this weight. So it's going to be interesting just to see how it all comes around. But I'm looking forward to it. Regardless,
You
it's just
never
good to be
know.
getting the opportunity. Definitely,
Yeah,
definitely,
you never know how well you can perform until you step in that in
exactly.
in the ring. You know what I mean? I think you guys are fighting in a ring
We are.
as well,
Yeah,
right?
that's good.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
did you fight in the ring and in the debut?
I did. Yeah, yeah. And that was
Okay.
different because, as you know, like I've always fought in the cage,
Yeah.
so it was really different. But since then, I've been preparing for the ring, etc.
Mhm.
So I've been working on both the ring and the cage because it was a lesson to learn from the last time I fought there.
Yeah, and one championship with these one Friday night or one Friday fights, every week there's a card. So there's so many opportunities for fighters to just get as many fights pretty much, as they want throughout the year.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking to the matchmaker, there's a lot of opportunities, a lot of scope. Due to the activity that's going to be happening every Friday, so it's a fantastic opportunity for myself. And again, like I said, it's going to be fairly matched. A bit more record matched. So it's good. I think this is a good step up for all of us, especially with myself. As you can see in my roster, there's a lot of big records to get the opportunity to kind of get an even match. It's good. It's a good opportunity for all of us, and I'm looking forward to it. Just to get back in there. Just to go
Yeah.
back on that big platform. It's just good to go in there. But obviously this time prepared. Like last time, it was only like 4 or 5 days short notice fight I took. So at least now I've got the opportunity to
Yeah.
prepare for something and look forward to something. So I'm hoping everything just pulls off and goes the right direction.
I was looking at your Tapology record, man, and they got this fight on here that I don't know if you were in this fight or not. It's from
Mhm.
March of last year, and it's like it says it's ineligible for your record. Like what happened? What happened with that situation?
Yeah, so what a good situation.
Mm.
So I was actually originally matched up with another opponent. He was an undefeated boxer, and he was making his pro debut in MMA.
Mm.
So we were matched up, got a training camp, everything was going well. Night before the fight, literally, it was like quite late hours. I got a message from my coach at that time, and he says to me, "Your opponent's pulled out." And this is when I've done the weight cut, I've made weight, everything,
Fuck.
and it was frustrating because my coach told me he's been offered like last minute replacements, and the records weren't good. He says, they're really bad records, and we've not really got, a good chance to, get a reasonable opponent. So it went through a few guys, and we rejected them straight away just because of the records, and it just didn't feel right, especially it being a fight locally to where I'm from. Me selling a lot of tickets, it was just unfair to take the fights on. And then this opponent came across who's got quite a big background in bare knuckle boxing and boxing. So looking at his record, it wasn't as bad compared to the ones that were offered. Again, in MMA, I don't think his record was as good. It was 0-2-0, but he hasn't fought in MMA for quite a few years, and he's been really
Mm.
active in bare knuckle boxing and boxing. And he had quite a lot of experience there. So we thought, you know what, fair enough, that's not too bad. We'll take the fight, we'll go for it. So literally, when I fought it, everything just didn't go right. When I fought him, it only lasted roughly, I think, just about 10 or 13 seconds. I
Fuck.
threw a kick at him. He dropped on the floor, got on top of him, and the moment I start striking him on top, all I could see was, I could hear him quitting straight away, saying things, and I was looking at the referee confused, thinking, he doesn't want to fight. And with myself being me, when I'm on top and I'm dominating, and when someone's saying something to you that they don't want to be there and they don't want to fight, And I'm looking at the referee thinking, I can't be carrying on hitting this guy. He doesn't want any of this. So yeah, it kind of got classed as an exhibition bout instead of a bout on my record. And to be honest with you, immediately after that fight, I said to my coach, I don't want this fight on my record just because I don't feel having a training camp. I didn't feel like it was a fight for me. So yeah, it was just a rubbish situation. Unfortunately, the opponent that I thought was going to turn up didn't turn up, and then getting a replacement, he didn't even turn up. So it just didn't work out for me. So yeah, it was a good situation, but it is what it is. What can we do?
Well, it seems like you're realistic about the situation, and you say that you want to turn it to an exhibition bout. But on Tapology, have you talked to them to change it to an exhibition bout and get rid of
Yeah,
that
yeah,
flag?
yeah. So with the promoter of that particular show did speak to Topology, but I understand because a lot of times in there is mismatches, and this itself, it wasn't really. If, say, example, we had this fight scheduled probably 6 weeks in
Hmm.
advance, then yeah, you would say it's a mismatch. But because for me it was a difficult situation where it was a last minute opponent, I literally got thrown whoever came available. But obviously this was the neediest opponent that maybe would have gave me a good fight. It's funny because like when I took this fight, I even said to my coach at that time, I said I'm just gonna strike with him because that's what he's good at. I'm not even gonna try any submissions or anything. We're just gonna keep it standing. So I thought it's gonna be a good couple of rounds. I can get a good stand up fight with him, but it never went to plan. But yeah, we did discuss with Topology, but yeah, like I said, Topology didn't accept it. And it is what it is. I don't think the footage even went online on YouTube. But Sherdog have accepted it, but Topology didn't. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I guess you just got to move on. It's not on your record, and you're not out there saying that I'm 4-1 instead of 3-1. So,
No, exactly. Yeah.
what can you do? I mean, you got to move on. You fight for a major promotion anyway, so it's not like it's gonna like hinder you moving forward.
No, definitely not. But it's not good to have there. It's just
Yeah.
something that's not good there. But like I says, it's one of them situations. Like especially like in UK, it was a local based show. I am a big ticket seller locally in my area. I get a lot of support, and I understand from the promoter's point of view, it was difficult for him to kind of make me pull out because if I pulled out, then it would have caused a lot of issues with the tickets because I did sell quite a lot of tickets in advance. So it was a bit of a difficult situation, but what can you do? When it's under 24 hours, probably less, just to try finding an opponent. So it was a little bit unfair on myself, but it is what it is. Like it says, and the worst thing is like for me, it was a fight where I was preparing to kind of get a tune up to kind of get some rounds in to kind of work on things, try different things, and I thought it'd be a good preparation to hopefully, either go on to one or any other promotion. I thought maybe it'd be a good step up for me, but it didn't work out, and I wanted some good timing in there. And unfortunately, it was only like 10 or 12 seconds, and for me, it didn't feel like a fight. So I didn't even celebrate. I was so disappointed. It just wasn't a good situation, but it is what it is. It happens.
Yeah, you got to just move on, man. You got this opportunity in uh in Bangkok for one championship. What are you
Yeah.
expecting, man? You've been pretty much out for a few years now, except for the 12, 13 seconds that you fought. Except for that. And then you had the
Yeah.
boxing match as well. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
Yeah.
other than that, you have so much like mystery around you right now because we haven't seen you fight for so long and it's a new weight class. Like what do you expect to show everybody?
Yeah, no, it's good. Like I said, everything's been going well in the gym. There's been obviously this 2 years has been difficult. There's a lot been going on. It's been difficult. A lot of changes, management changes. I've got everything's just totally changed. Gym changes, everything's just changed. But like I said, I've been training. Like I have been training regularly, and then I joined a new gym. And the gym that I've joined now, Asylum Valley Tudo, I've got some good training partners there, and I'm getting a lot of support from the coaches there. And I started there in November, so since I've been there, I've really been earning a lot, and I've been regularly sparring now. So I feel like I'm ready to go. Really, I'm ready to go. I know it's gonna be a big jump again, going on a big show again. But this is it. These are the opportunities you have to take. The good thing I'm grateful for is I've had time to prepare, and I'm preparing. So I think we're only under 6.5 weeks or so. But I've had the opportunity to prepare, so I'm looking forward to it. And it's for me. It's for me to go in there now, and I've got a good opponent who has stayed active recently in the past year or so. He's been pretty active, so for him, he's got that experience of staying active. Where with myself, I've not really had that experience. But I feel as if I've been there, I've done it, and it's time for me to just get in there and work on things that I've worked on, and hopefully pull it off. Yeah, definitely.
All right, man. March 10th, One Friday Fights in Lumpini. Thank you so much, man, for the time, and all the best in the fight.
Yeah, thank you too, and I appreciate you just giving me time on this. And yeah, hopefully we'll get more to come.